Township Board of Supervisors meeting for July 9th, 2025 is called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening again, everybody. Hope your summer's going well. It's nice to see you. So we'll jump right into it. The first order of business will be the approval of the minutes for the public hearing held on June 11th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the minutes for the public hearing on June 11th, 2025. Decade late. Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Jorgensen, a second by Supervisor Khan. Any further discussion? All those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. The next item up will be the approval of the regular meeting minutes for June 11th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for June 11th, 2025.
We have a motion from Supervisor Newman, a second from Supervisor Khan. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. This evening, we do not have anybody signed up for the citizens forum. So we'll keep moving, and we'll go on to development proposals.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, on your agenda, you can see that we have the Vento Red Maple plan of lots, and I believe we have a representative from that plan here. If you'd like to come up and explain to the board what the subdivision is about and why you want to do it.
Want to subdivide.
Can we please have your name?
I'm sorry, Dave Vento.
Dave Vento,
Yeah.
and your address, please, or your township
2100
president.
I'm on 2100 Mill Road.
Thank you.
And what I want to do is subdivide so my daughter can build a house in the backyard, basically.
So, having said that, we did have the opportunity to review your plan that was submitted to us on June 10th. It was reviewed by the Planning Commission. Their recommendation was to approve the Vento subdivision plan conditioned upon the engineer's letter dated June 13th, 2025. The items that were contained in my letter have been satisfied by your engineer. And gentlemen and ladies, we have before you the Vento subdivision plan for your consideration.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Most gladly second that or third it.
Okay, all right, sorry, Paul, you lost out. Okay, Dave, we're in the middle of the vote, so you can stay there, or I'll continue on with business. You can have a seat. Okay, so we have a motion by Supervisor Hartwick, a second by Supervisor Khan. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Okay.
Accounts payable.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Supervisor Khan to pay the bills, a second by Supervisor Newman. Is there any other discussion on the bills? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
You've already received the financial reports and accounts receivable, and we have no more business for this evening.
All right, thank you, Dan.
Mr. Mayor, just one question, Dan. And we can talk, on the accounts receivable, we've got some really, really long outstanding debts.
Yes,
They're not significant numbers. At
Yes.
what point do we write them off as a debt?
we can. I'll take a look at that and then,
Just, I don't know if there's any guidelines for
it's
that.
been
or-
some time since we've done that.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point, we've been carrying these since 2009, 2018. It's just a long time. At some point, you're not gonna get anything out of it.
Well, you know that first one that you're pointing out, 2009, inevitably with what's happened with that state gate commission land, and there's another property beyond that. That property's surrounded by that. Something's gonna happen with that property when it transfers. We're gonna recoup that.
Okay.
So if we carry that, that property's tax delinquent as it is, so us putting a lien on it not gonna get, the liens on it are greater than the value. But we can still get it whenever it transfers as part of, through the town, through us doing it.
Then your discretion, at some point,
Yeah,
if we just take a look at those outstanding debts and see,
yes,
how long, what's the probability of getting something back?
yes.
And if it's less than 10%.
Well, definitely the 2025s that we would leave alone.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
2018s, we'll take a look at that with my two advisors. Okay?
Okay. Just something for consideration.
Good, thank you.
All right, yes,
Appreciate
good question, Paul. Okay, all right, we will move on to reports, volunteer fire company.
Nothing new to report.
All right, speaking for EMS as well.
Well, I would like to, for EMS, talk about the Lower Valley has sent a request for funding. I did let them know that they told me initially that we would have the 2024 audit for them when we received the 2025 funding request. I do not have that. They did give me the list, the other municipalities that are Lower Valley is a sole provider for, are each gonna contribute $15,000 for this year. But since we have two, I'm looking to perhaps have that on your agenda for August meeting, and to perhaps look at us doing maybe 10,000 to Lower Valley as well as to Westview for them providing the services here. Westview, I'm sorry. As I said, Westview.
That's a long run, though.
Yeah, that's a long line.
That's a heck of a
Westview.
Misfire.
It's a good thing we put a station in our building,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But that's for Westview.
Westview, right,
EMS.
okay.
The station downstairs is all but done. We have some minor painting that needs to be completed and some electrical finish work that needs done. But that room will be ready. I'm having a meeting next week with Bill Humes from Westview EMS, with the chief and the code enforcement officer to work out the final specifics of their use of that space. So that's all moving along very well. So I thought that was all important to note. Bill Humes did apologize for not being able to make it this week whenever he scheduled the meeting with the chief and the code enforcement officer.
All right, well, thanks for the information,
Sure.
that's a good update. And just so I'm clear, you opened up with you're awaiting the 2024 audit from them. I mean,
Yes.
You're planning to.
And I expect to
2025,
have
right?
that
I
in
just wanna be
advance
sure.
of your August meeting
Okay,
so that we can review that.
no, very good, okay. All right, we'll keep moving. Chief of Police.
All members were given a copy of the report, and also, just like to mention, each board member should have been given a copy of my resignation letter for my retirement, and my last official day is August 24th. Just wanted to make that public, so we'll be moving on to whatever's next.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you've done a lot, Steve, and
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
3 years as chief. We appreciate all that you've done for the township, so.
Sure. Well, we still got you for some time, so no slacking, right? I know that.
But you can still change your mind up until the August meeting.
That's right, yeah, exactly, for sure.
We'll give you
For sure.
another month.
All right, we'll let the party committee know as well. Okay. All right, Steve, anything else?
That's all.
All right, big news, okay. Next up, code, Jeff?
Nothing new to add, other than I'm sticking around, guys, so.
Okay, all right.
Another 20.
I'm just gonna hold my tongue.
Yeah, we're all better off.
Okay, all right, we'll move on. Larry, superintendent.
Nothing to add, but keep up in the works.
All right. Are you staying too?
I'm staying.
All right, good. Okay, engineer.
Thank you, Mayor. So everybody has a copy of my engineer's report in blue. So let's, on the development proposals, before we leave the Vento subdivision, the next step in that process will be the preparation of a planning module. And of course, those 3 lots, or I guess 2 additional lots, will be tapping into the Middle Road Sewer Project, and they'll be participating in the, paying off some of the debt of that original sewer project that we put there, so that's a good thing. The only thing that I have coming up, as far as development goes, is the Trinity timbering plan, which is gonna be between Indianola Road and the backside of will be Grandview. So they anticipate coming in and harvesting those trees in that particular location. On the courtyard, again, we're just waiting for the developer to come in regarding the final matters of taking over that plan.
On the harvesting, what size do they generally take?
So we require what's called a basal residual to be left on site. They can't just clear cut that, plus obviously they have to meet the buffer. But to answer your question, they'll typically take 8-inch and up. And of course, the way that we wrote our ordinance is that if they were to come in and basically clear cut in the attempt to get around the Conservation Environmental Fund fee, that they won't be able to develop that property for a period of 5 years unless they do a tree stand. So there's a safety net for the township. So the courtyard, again, we're just waiting for that one to come before us. There's a lot of issues that need to be resolved regarding the road, the detention basins, some of the trees that are being planted there. On the Hartwood Meadows Phase 4, they're currently working on the sidewalks and the detention basins, and later on in your agenda, you'll see a request to reduce the performance bond. On Hartwood Meadows Phase 5, thanks to the solicitor and his team and the developer's agreement has now been signed. They're out there moving dirt around at this particular point. So all's good there. And again, you'll see a request later on the agenda. And just for the board to remember is that the supervisors actually approved Phase 4 and Phase 5 simultaneously back in August of 2021. And because obviously the 90 days has lapsed, there's gonna be a request to basically re-record a plan that hasn't changed. On Foxwood.
On Phase 4,
Yes.
they're looking for a reduction in the performance bond. What's left if we would approve that later on?
So the only thing they have to do is complete the outlet structures in the detention basins, which probably amounts to maybe $30,000. The sidewalks, which probably amounts to about $100,000. The final paving of the road system, and as Chris would mention, the speed bumps that are now being installed, resolved a little bit there. And the only other thing would be some tree planting. So that's about all there is left on that plan.
Okay.
Foxwood Trails, no action. Blue Run, obviously they're up there moving dirt around at this particular point. They're currently working on the detention basin on that particular plan and getting that squared away. And as I mentioned at the last meeting, they do have a geotechnical engineer on site full-time to make sure that all the fill and cut are being installed properly so we don't have slides. Frederick Farms, again, we prepared the bonding requirements. The solicitors put together the developer's agreement. That hasn't yet been acted upon, but we see that one moving rather fast. Indiana Trails, no action. Forest View, I did talk to the developer about the residual items on that particular plan, and there's been some sicknesses and illnesses in that particular structure. And we anticipate them coming back in August to complete that plan. Ottawa Hills, I got a call from Alcosan and Dan and Larry, I got to schedule a meeting with you sooner than later to resolve one little item so we can submit that application. MS4, September, People's Natural Gas, we're quoting with the paving on that one. Emerald Park, again, the manager has secured another $20,000. Let me just say that you can't do a lot of sidewalk for $20,000. I think it's like 154 feet, but you know what, we're chipping away at it, and we're gonna be putting another application in, and it's all good. The township, roof center, the paving project, the shot and chip, and guide rails are all gonna be on later on your agenda. I do wanna thank, Larry and his team, because even though we bid something out like these projects, there's a lot of prep work that's burdened on Larry and his group to get done before we can actually get in there and pave these projects, like fixing some of the catch basins, and cutting back the roadway so that we have a cleaner place to do it. In addition, Larry and I met with the contractor for the guide rail project this morning, to make sure that we're all on the same page there. That'll be happening very soon. And then finally, the Brozick Center, which we're currently working on. And the shooting range grading plan is now complete and will be submitted to the Turnpike for their review. And that concludes my report.
All right.
May I ask a few questions?
Sure.
Back to, page one, Foxwood Trail, that we approved back in 2020, and that's still sitting. How much time goes by, 5 years, and then they'll have to resubmit?
Yes, technically, according to the MPC, after a period of 5 years, you would think that zoning ordinances have changed, Salvo may have changed, which it did in both of your cases. So they would have to go back through the process again after that. However, if.
Under the new cell, under the new, okay.
Yes, they would have to meet all of your new requirements, as
So-
well as the conservation and environmental fund.
Okay, so at this point, they would have to resubmit.
Yes.
It's been June, okay.
I mean, you could waive that if you wanted to, but that's up to the discretion of the supervisor. Our inclination would be to submit.
And then Forest View is the plan that is having the one single family home that we're seeing moving forward.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because everything is Fox or Forest, and I just wanna make sure that I have, or Heartwood, I just wanna make sure that I have. And when do you anticipate Indiana Trails to begin, grading?
All the permits are in place, everything is set to go. Having talked with the developer, he's involved with like 4 or 5 other developments at this point. So I think his funding is kind of stretched, so until those other ones probably get done, I think that's really what's going on at this point.
Okay. Thank you, that was all the questions I had.
Okay, all right, Dan, anything else, was that
No,
good?
sir, that's it.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, we'll keep moving, Solicitor Gavin, pleasure.
How you doing, Mayor? No report this evening.
All right, thank you. And,
Yeah, I'd like to
And-
mention, I talked to Sergeant Dan Puhala, the state game warden. He's the land management group supervisor for Allegheny, Beaver, and Washington counties for the PA Game Commission. They're going to have their own survey crew mark the boundary of the new township property as well as the Emerald Park boundary with the state game lands, with their own placards, making sure that everybody's aware that they're leaving state game lands along that border for us, as well as they're gonna be bringing in a request for adding some parking, which we wanted them to do because we're concerned of people using Emerald Park as parking for the state game land. So they wanna do something off of Fieldview, which we currently have closed top. They'd like to see us, they'd like to move the gate, put a gate for us, maybe 50 yards down the road, and then about 30 yards down the road, put in an access for a parking lot of maybe 10 to 12 cars, and get a gravel lot in there for parking, that they could prevent motorized vehicles from going beyond that point into the state game. And they do expect to have a ribbon cutting ceremony in late August. I will let you know about it. They want to include all of you as well as the state officials and so forth up there after they've completed that parking area and have a ribbon cutting for opening that state game. I did confirm with them. I was concerned with 2 parcels. The one parcel was in the name of the Commonwealth of PA, the other's in the State Game Commission name. He confirmed to me that they're both supposed to be Commonwealth of Pennsylvania State Game Commission. So all that property, both parcels are both game lands, although the county has it recorded the way they have it recorded, which is not correct. So that is in his list, and that he assured me those are all intended to be used as game lands. So I thought that was all good news, to have that worked out, as well as the fact that we did close successfully on that 59 acres, which I think was wonderful. You all approved that, I think. Okay.
yep,
That's all I have.
One question on the signage. Do they go mark the property of, game lands versus Emerald Park?
Well, they're gonna mark at the end of the game lands that you're leaving state game lands, this is township property. They're gonna mark that it's township property.
Are they going to indicate, no motorized vehicle in the same signage?
They do, and they are enforcing that aggressively starting now. He does have some young game wardens who really like to do that. He was doing it himself when he was up there before I talked. And I've known Dan for years. I sat through the 100 safety courses with all my kids with Dan as he started out as state game warden for just Allegheny County. before he now has the tri-county area as well as he's a sergeant.
What about the town, you know, if they drive them away from the game lands, because they're used to
Well,
driving.
if they drive away from the gay lands, then our police will be working with them, and I'm gonna make sure our police and the state gay commission officers that are working up there have a chance to discuss the way they handle those things and work together, as we go.
So we'll also protect the township property from them.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes, yes. And I think that's been a big problem, in there is that the motorized vehicles, so it's gonna be a hard thing for them to stop because people have been accustomed to doing it for a long time.
We just have to give the chief a couple horses.
Yeah, well, the state game commission can also give us something that we can use to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
And I
you.
did talk to him, it was nice that I had a chance to talk to him. He was, helped me with contact for the PA Fish and Game Commission to try to pursue funding for the fishing pier. He really liked that idea because he brought up the fact that he wants to try to put in some strategic, ADA accessible hunting spots, in the game lands. And I said, well, I mentioned all the ADA improvements we've done in Emerald Park, and he said, we really wanted to do that fishing pier, and that's when he brought up the Fish Commission, and he can give me a contact, so I'm looking forward to that, so hopefully that'll help.
Dan, anything else? Okay?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, Parks and Rec Historical Commission, nobody here, correct? Okay, we'll move on to supervisors, District 1,
Nothing for District 1?
District 2, District 4,
Nothing to report.
District 5.
I might as well do something. All right, so not a lot to report with the crosswalk for pedestrians I was hoping for by Beechwood Farms for the benefit of Indiana Township residents, but on Fox Chapel land. I've been bothering the Fox Chapel people. Apparently, they're just trying to take in citizen comment about concerns about slowing traffic. So it's not an encouraging update, but you know, we'll keep bothering them. I did get a chance to talk to one woman who's running for county council. That's a guy Schulman. I said, hey, you know, kind of want this crosswalk. So talk to people in Fox Chapel. So I'm going up the chain, and we'll see someday. I want to be at that ribbon cutting ceremony, but ever out. So that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, John. All right.
Motion to accept the foregoing reports.
Should District 3 have a turn? I'll be real brief. My
You already had
constituents would enjoy
five,
it.
so we're done.
All right. I'll be real quick. As I think you all know, I typically host a town hall and generally tout the good works of this board. I just typically had another good one, and I typically receive some calls afterwards from citizens in the district. So remind them that we passed the budget last December with no tax increase. I don't know how many years, Dan, 15, 16, 17 years. No tax increase. They love that. Over $1 million that we've authorized in infrastructure improvements as well. So, but from the quarterly perspective, when I meet with my group of constituents, April, May, and June. April, we passed the new property maintenance code unifying the property standards. May, we completed the salt shed upgrade project as well. And then, as I think we all know, in June, we passed a new PRD ordinance, decreasing density by 50%. That was big. And then lastly, also in June, we purchased nearly 60 acres of property adjoining Emerald Park, which we just kind of discussed. So a lot of our folks that live within this township, certainly the ones that are hearing it from me about the good works of this board, are happy, and that's a good thing. So we want to keep it that way. So that's all I have from District 3.
Thank you for doing it.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
I'll make that motion to accept the foregoing reports, including yours.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion from Supervisor Khan, a second from Supervisor Newman. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Correspondence, Dan?
We just have the Allegheny County Health Department notification of the air quality permits, just for the record.
Comments? Good on that?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, just one other question for the manager. I know that we had opened up the facility for, 45?
Yes.
Did many people take advantage of it?
Yes, we did have quite a bit.
Excellent.
Yeah, we did have some flow through there, and it was kept nice and comfortable. It was nice to have that. And it was good. Would you say it had good usage? There were people there each day I saw back there.
I don't know.
Nice.
Could have been, I mean, that's why we opened it for, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very comfortable over here, we had mainly the vestibule in front of the gymnasium. Well, of course, the gymnasium too, but parents were up here with their kids. There were a number of them, so.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, all right, we will move on to new business. First item, Dan?
Yes, Mayor's possible approval of Allegheny County snow and ice contract. As you are aware, for many years now, the township has maintained the practice of maintaining the county and the state roads. This is our contract with Allegheny County that goes from 2025 through 2028, and I would ask for your approval of that.
I'll make a motion to approve the Allegheny County snow and ice contract for years 2025 through 2028.
Motion by Supervisor Newman, second by Supervisor Khan. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
So the next, Mayor, was covered by the engineer, his report is possible approval of the partial reduction of the Heartwood Meadows Phase 4 bond.
I make a motion that we reduce the Hartwood Meadows bond from, system is here. From $593,400 to, the new bond would be $464,900.
Okay, we have a motion from Supervisor Jorgensen, a second from Supervisor Hertwick. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
The next, Mayor, is the possible approval of estimate number 1 for the 2025 paving project.
I'll make the motion to approve estimate number 1 for the 2025 paving project.
We have a motion by Supervisor Hertwick. We have a second by Supervisor Khan. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
The next, Mayor, is the possible approval of estimate number 1 for the 2025 shot and chip project.
I'll make a motion to approve estimate number 1 for the 2025 shop and chip.
Second.
We have a motion by Supervisor Khan, a second by Supervisor Hertwick. All those, any further discussion?
Just one question, and this probably, Larry, this is probably for you. Where's Lower Cedar Run?
The lower section is paved. Cedar Run goes all the way to 910.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
from the bottom of the hill there,
from
where
the bottom of the hill to
intersection Schaefer.
910, that's what
We
they're gonna.
paved the
yeah.
lower section of that 7 years ago.
Yeah, so that's what they're gonna try
Tracked
to
up.
do. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was the discussion. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
And the possible approval of estimate number 1 for the 2025 guide rail project.
I'll make a motion to approve estimate number 1 for the 2025 guide rail project.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Supervisor Newman, a second by Supervisor Khan. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
And the last, Mayor, is the possible approval of estimate number 1 for the Town Hall Community Center roof project.
I'll make a motion to approve estimate number 1 for the Town Hall Community Center roof project.
Oh, it has been. That's why we're doing it.
anymore.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Supervisor Khan, a second from Supervisor Jorgensen. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Motion passes unanimously.
I would say, point out that the company, Dan, who's doing the roof project?
I think they're S&N something.
Yeah, well, I would give them credit for the fact that they're taking care of the leaks in the interim until they get the roof project done, and they have been since day 1 when you gave me that contact name.
Correct.
So I appreciate that. they've been taking care of that for us.
Good, that was the deal.
The last item, Mayor, is the possible reapproval of Heartwood Meadows Phase 5, and that's for recording purposes.
I'll make a motion for the reapproval of Heartwood Meadows Phase 5.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Supervisor Jorgensen, a second from Supervisor Khan. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. That's it for new business. Can we get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
We have a motion from Supervisor Jorgensen, a second from Supervisor Newman. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Good evening. Thank you for coming.
Something about that? You gotta say what he said. Well, you should. So, yeah, that was.